Hi and welcome. Today on the applications of trigonometry, we are going to learn more about bearings. These are the materials that you need for today's lesson. Your resource notes, a ruler, a protractor, a scientific calculator, and writing instruments. Bearings describe the position of an object with reference to another object. If the ship is able to know the bearings of the island, the ship will be able to locate the island and travel safely to it. Before we learn more about bearings, let's go through some fundamentals. If this is the north, do you know where is south, east, and west? We can use the mnemonics to help us to remember the cardinal directions, north, east, south, and west. By remembering the mnemonics, never eat sour waffles, because that will give you a tummy ache. Where is A if A is due east of P? In order to do that, we will need to know where is north. Let north be vertically above of P. So A will be on the right of P, remembering the mnemonics, never eat sour waffles. If B is due west of P, now where will B be? B will be on the left of P. If C is due north of P, C will be vertically above P. And if D is due south of P, D will be vertically below P. After knowing about the cardinal directions north, east, south, and west, let's pick up some commonly used angle properties in a bearing problem. What is the relationship between angle A and angle B? Angle A plus angle B will be equals to 180 degrees. This is due to the angle properties interior angles. In short, you can write it as INT with an angle symbol. And do you know what is the relationship between angle A and angle C? Angle A is equal to angle C. And the reason is due to the alternate angle property. In short, you can write it as ALT with the angle symbol. Lastly, what is the relationship between angle A and angle D? Angle A plus angle D will be equals to 180 degrees. This is due to the angle property, angles on a straight line. You can write it in a short form in this manner. Here we'll look at the conventions involving bearings. Bearings are written as angles. It must be 3 digits. For example, a bearings of 45 will be written as 0, 4, 5 degrees. A bearings of 4.5 will be written as 0, 0, 4.5 degrees. Bearings must be measured in clockwise direction from the north. In case you're not sure about what clockwise direction is, it is the movement of the minutes and the hours hand in a clock. And this is the direction. We'll look at the first question involving bearings here. Where is point A if the bearing of A from O is 0, 7, 0 degrees? Since we are finding the bearing of A from O, we'll place the center of the protractor here at O. And north, in this case, will have a bearing of 0, 0, 0 degrees. So where is 0, 7, 0 degrees? Remember, we have to move clockwise from north. So from north here, we will move clockwise until we find 0, 7, 0 degrees. And this is the point. We will join O to this point now, and this is where the point A will reside. Point A will reside along this line here. A can be anywhere along the line. You may have noticed now that in order to find the bearing of A from O, we will start from the north line and go to the line AO. And this angle here is the bearings of A from O. Next, we'll find the point C such that the bearing of C from O is 230 degrees. First, we have to draw the north line. To make things easy, let our north be vertically upwards. We will place our protractor at the point O, so this will be point O, and this will be point N with bearing 0, 0, 0 degrees. We will move 230 degrees clockwise in this manner. However, the protractor only goes up to 180 degrees. In order to solve this problem, we need to add another 50 degrees. So how do we do that? We do that by placing the protractor this way, still at the point O here, and we can continue another 50 degrees clockwise. So in total, from the north going clockwise, we will have 180 degrees plus another 50 degrees. And we will have point C along the line here. C can be anywhere along the orange line. This was our point O and our point N. And the bearings of C from O is from the north line, we will go clockwise until we reach CO. And this reflex angle here is our bearing of C from O. You may have realized that we can actually use 360 degrees minus away 130 degrees to get our 230 degrees. So from here, we know that by going one full round, it is 360 degrees. So we need to subtract away 130 degrees. Here we have the 0 at the bottom, and we'll look at 130 degrees. If we use 360 degrees, subtract away 130 degrees here, we will get the orange line as well. And the bearings of C from O will still be 230 degrees from the north line going clockwise to the line CO. Here are two questions for you to try. Pause the screen now and try the questions. In example 2, we will find the bearings of P from Q. Because the question states that it is from Q, our north line must start from Q. Here, the north line is already at Q. So the next thing we will do is go clockwise until we reach the line PQ. So from the north, we will go clockwise until we reach the line PQ. And in this case, the bearings of P from Q is simply 250 degrees. Please double check that it is 3 digits. We have another example here to find the bearings of P from Q. So we will start with the north line from Q. And here we already have the north line from Q. So we will go clockwise until we've reached the line PQ. We know that a full circle is actually 360 degrees. And because we have 80 degrees here, we will subtract away the 80 degrees to get this big reflex angle here. And the answer will be equals to 280 degrees. The bearing of P from Q is 280 degrees. It is now your turn to try again. Pause the screen. Now take note of question D here. For question D, we are supposed to find the bearings of P from Q. So the north line is not at Q. What you will need to do is actually to draw a north line at Q on your own with reference to the north line here. In this last example, we will first find the bearings of B from O. So we will need a north line at point O. And there is already an existing north line at the point O here. We will now go clockwise until we reach the line BO. So from the north, we'll go clockwise until we reach the line BO. I've drawn the arrow here to indicate the direction. So what is the size of this angle? You know that each quadrant is actually 90 degrees because of right angles. And so the bearings of B from O is simply equals to 90 plus 90 plus 90. That will give us 270 degrees plus another 25 degrees. And it will be 295 degrees. Next, we'll find the bearings of O from A. So we will draw a north line at the point A with reference to the north line that was already given. So north will be directly vertically above A. We will go clockwise until we reach the line OA. So starting from the north at point A, we will go clockwise until we reach the line OA. You realize that this angle here involves the orange angle and the green angle. So how big is this reflex angle? The orange angle is 180 degrees because it is angles on a straight line. Do you know the size of the angle or the green angle here? Yes, it is 55 degrees because of alternate angles. So how do we present our answer? Let the green angle be x, so we will label x here, and we will say that x is equals to 55 degrees alternate angles. And the bearings of O from A is actually equals to 180 degrees plus 55 degrees, which will give us 235 degrees. Lastly, we will find the bearings of O from B. So we will draw a north line at point B here. With reference to the north line that was already given, so the north will be vertically above B. And we will draw an angle until we reach OB in a clockwise direction. So starting from north, going clockwise, we will draw until we reach the line OB. And this is the angle that we are looking for. So how do we find the size of this angle? You realize that in order to find the size of this angle, we will need the angle here. So we will let this angle be Y. And angle Y is actually equals to 180 degrees minus 25 degrees minus the 90 degree here because of angle sum of right angle triangle. And that will give us 65 degrees. To find the bearings of O from B, we will use 180 degrees minus away 65 degrees, and that will give us 115 degrees. And the property is angles on a straight line. Yes, you must write down all the angle properties when you are solving bearing problems. Here are two similar questions for you to try. Pause the screen now and try it. A lot was covered in this video. You can replay the video again to recap what you have learned today on bearings. Thank you and see you next time.